Marcus Reed had known hardship. At 42, his hands bore the calluses of a man who'd worked every honest job he could find. After his wife Sarah passed 3 years ago, leaving him alone with their 7-year-old daughter Emma, life became a careful balancing act of bills, bedtimes, and trying to be both mother and father to a little girl who still asked for her mama at night. The janitorial position at Sterling Enterprises came as a blessing. Night shifts paid better, and his neighbor, Mrs. Chen, a retired teacher with a grandmother's heart, had offered to watch Emma while he worked. The office building downtown was sleek and modern, all glass and polished floors that Marcus would keep spotless. On his first night, Marcus arrived in his navy blue uniform, ready to prove himself. The building was mostly empty at 9 p.m., just a few executives finishing late. He pushed his cleaning cart down the long corridor of the executive floor, moving quietly, almost invisibly. That's when he heard her, a small, frightened voice coming from one of the offices. "Daddy! Where's my daddy?" Marcus stopped. Through the glass wall of the corner office, he saw a little girl about Emma's age, maybe 6, clutching a stuffed puppy. She had brown hair and tears streaming down her cheeks. The nameplate on the door read, "Victoria Sterling, CEO." Without hesitation, Marcus knocked gently. "Hey there, sweetheart. Are you okay?" The girl looked up at him with wide, frightened eyes. "I can't find my daddy. He said he'd be right back, but he's been gone so long." Marcus entered slowly, his voice soft and reassuring. "I bet he's just in a meeting. What's your name?" "Lily," she whispered. "That's a beautiful name." "I'm Marcus. I have a daughter named Emma. She's 7. Do you want to sit with me while we wait for your daddy? I promise he'll be back soon." Lily nodded, and Marcus sat down on the floor beside her chair, keeping a respectful distance. "Tell me about your puppy." "What's his name?" "Patches," Lily said, her voice still shaky but calmer. "My mommy gave him to me before she got sick." Marcus's heart tightened. He knew that pain. "I bet your mommy was wonderful, and I bet she's watching over you right now, making sure you're safe." They talked quietly, Marcus sharing gentle stories about Emma, making Lily smile through her tears. He taught her the silly knock-knock joke Emma had told him that morning. Lily's laughter was like sunshine breaking through clouds. That's when the door burst open. A woman stood there, blonde hair pulled back, dressed in an elegant white blouse and gray skirt. Her face was a mixture of relief and exhaustion. This was Victoria Sterling, though Marcus had only seen her photo in the company newsletter. "Lily!" Victoria rushed forward, then stopped when she saw Marcus sitting on the floor with her daughter. For a moment, her corporate mask faltered, and Marcus saw something raw beneath, a mother's fear, a mother's gratitude. "I'm so sorry, ma'am." Marcus stood quickly. "I heard her crying and—" "Thank you," Victoria interrupted, her voice breaking slightly. She knelt beside Lily, pulling her into a tight embrace. "Thank you for staying with her. I got trapped in a conference call and my assistant didn't tell me Lily was waiting." "Daddy's nice, Mama," Lily said, pointing at Marcus. "He told me jokes." Victoria looked up at Marcus, really seeing him for the first time. Not the uniform, not the cleaning cart in the hallway. Just a man who had shown kindness to a frightened child. "I'm Marcus Reed. I just started tonight. Janitorial staff. Victoria Sterling," she said, though they both knew. She stood, still holding Lily's hand. "Mr. Reed, thank you, truly." Marcus simply nodded and excused himself to continue his work. But as he cleaned the empty offices that night, he thought about the loneliness in Victoria Sterling's eyes. It was a loneliness he recognized, the kind that comes from carrying too much alone. The weeks that followed brought unexpected changes. Marcus would occasionally see Victoria working late, and she always stopped to say hello to ask about Emma. Sometimes Lily was there, and she'd light up when she saw Marcus, running to show him a drawing or tell him about her day. One evening, Marcus found Lily in her mother's office again, working on homework. Victoria looked frazzled, staring at her daughter's math worksheet like it was written in code. "Everything all right, ma'am?" Marcus asked from the doorway. Victoria laughed, a tired sound. "I'm running a company with 300 employees, but second-grade fractions are defeating me. My father built this business on numbers, and somehow they skipped a generation." Marcus smiled. "May I?" He approached slowly. Emma had just learned fractions. Within minutes, he'd explained the concept to Lily using slices of an imaginary pizza. Lily's face brightened with understanding. "You're good at this," Victoria said softly. Would you mind if Lily joined you sometimes during your break? If you're comfortable with it. She needs help with homework, and I'm clearly useless at it. It became a routine. 3 nights a week, during Marcus's dinner break, Lily would sit with him in the small break room. They'd work on homework together, Emma sometimes joining them when Mrs. Chen brought her by to bring Marcus his dinner. The two girls became fast friends, and Marcus watched as the weight on Victoria's shoulders seemed to lighten slightly. One night, Victoria appeared in the break room doorway. "Mr. Reed, could I speak with you?" Marcus's heart sank. He'd overstepped. She was going to ask him to stop seeing Lily, but instead, Victoria sat down across from him. "I want to offer you a position. Day shift facilities manager. Better hours, better pay, full benefits. Emma could even come here after school. We have a children's center on the 2nd floor for employees' kids." Marcus stared at her. "Ma'am, I don't have any management experience. You have integrity," Victoria said firmly. "You have kindness? You showed up for my daughter when she needed someone, expecting nothing in return. That's the kind of person I want leading my team. The rest we can teach." There were tears in Marcus's eyes. He tried to hide them, but Victoria saw. "I know what it's like," she said quietly. "To lose your person. To wonder if you're doing it right. To be so tired you can't think straight. My husband died 2 years ago. Some days I barely keep it together. But then I see how you are with the girls, how Emma looks at you with such trust and love, and I remember what it's all about, being there. Just showing up day after day." "I don't know what to say," Marcus whispered. "Say yes. And maybe we could all get dinner sometime. The 4 of us." Lily talks about Emma constantly. And I think we adults could use the company too. That dinner became many dinners. Over pasta and laughter, over shared homework struggles and bedtime story recommendations, 2 broken families began to heal together. Not rushing, not forcing. Just gently, patiently, finding their way towards something new. Victoria saw Marcus not as an employee, but as an equal, a partner in the beautiful, exhausting work of raising daughters alone. Marcus saw Victoria not as his boss, but as a woman of strength and vulnerability, someone who understood the weight he carried. And one evening, 6 months later, as they watched Emma and Lily playing in the park, Victoria reached over and took Marcus's hand. No words needed. Just 2 people who'd found each other in the kindness of a simple moment. Proving that sometimes the heart sees what the eyes cannot, the beauty in another soul that's been weathered by the same storms. They stood there together. 2 parents who'd learned that love doesn't always come in the package we expect. Sometimes it comes in work boots and a cleaning cart. Sometimes it comes in late nights and tired eyes. But it always, always comes when a heart is brave enough to be kind. And that, Marcus thought, squeezing Victoria's hand gently, was the greatest blessing of all.